Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to OneShot. I figured we should check inside here. For reasons of Rue. Hello person, this is the library, temporary shelter. Also sorry if my voice is off. Early morning is the only time I have to record this. This is my friend. Acknowledge them. Oh, never mind. Okay. I just wanted to double check. Maybe they'd see something or say something if they saw my friend. Alright, the other door is over here, so it looks like it's probably got something to do with that. Let's see if this elevator works. I don't remember this elevator even being here last time. Also, I don't know how much the monitor thing carries over. I just got a new monitor, like, 20 minutes ago. So, the brightness keeps fading after like 10 seconds. So it's a lot darker than normal. I hope that doesn't show up in the thing. Where are the other two? Prototype Cedric. They're supposed to be here already. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think he made it. Oh. No. There goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on. Let's go upstairs. Hopefully that guy got out. It looks like the elevator's messed up from the other side, too. I knew there'd be a reason to come up here. Is Cedric gonna parachute down on us? You know, this is the tallest building in the refuge. It's my favorite place in the world. I like to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows. Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look. It was depressing for me at first, too, you know. Knowing that all of this is, well, fake, simulated. Cedric told me about what happened to your world, your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel. The feeling of never being able to go home again. That's probably not all that different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic. You are prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh? Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. Oh. The Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. Was it the Spirit of the World? Yes. But the thing is, the World Machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long. It was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines are built with a fundamental law. Never let a living being come to harm. From the World Machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual, intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the World Machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately, sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. This central conflict triggered a self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. The squares. That's the world machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning, then. Yeah. The disruption was an issue during test runs, even. At first, my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days. Oh. Is there any way for us to fix the world machine? We tried. The world machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Taming? I've heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated, and that it has to do with robots, but for once, I want to know what it really means. For once, I've wanted to know what it means since we got here. I'm sure you have too. You've said that like 8 times. That's what I'm here for. Do you know what a robot is? Yeah. No. I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right? It's a being whose entire existence is code. Inflexible programming, with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, then they can be assigned all sorts of jobs. And most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more a limitation than anything else. Ah, that makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the world machine. The code conflicts thing? Yeah. But while you can't build a robot to not follow its code, you can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it's starting to believe itself as a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine living person, even knowing they are not. You need to spend a lot of time with it. Treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it's able to return your feelings. I make it sound so easy, don't I? But you and Crow know better than anyone else that it's not. Right now, the world machine is probably really, really scared. This content update involves some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, you know. He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. But, as it turns out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine always had self-destructive tendencies, it usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. But now, the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're gonna get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. You guys are okay? Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't stand a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough. And it actually did not take me long to bring Proto back. All thanks to Father's book. He had made my design documents to be compatible with assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything. That he does. I'm just glad everyone is okay. Same. We're ready to go now, Nico. Alright, and from here... Oh, I took one too many steps. Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us all to be here for this. What are these things anyway? Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world. What? It's a bit hard to explain. But basically, my father has hidden a decryption key in our code, with a text file as its shell. But to get them removed, but to get to them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will... Confused cat noises! Aww. Rue, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Crow's machine. Ooh. And when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location. Wherever that is. I'm sure Crow is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their computer. But this time, Crow would need to move some things around as well. Specifically by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. I don't know what happens next, though. I see. Does Crow know where these portals lead, at least? You should probably ask Crow on this. Right. Hold on. The journal is glowing again, Crow. Oh, I can move. Okay, I was trying to move down and it didn't do anything. Anyway, I was told that this was probably a good place to stop if we were anywhere near the end. I have a feeling that moving it from the little place to the big place is probably like moving it to the desktop or something. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.